Welcome everybody to another episode of J-Man's Road Rants. Welcome everybody to another episode of J-Man's Road Rants. Well, looks like we have to go back to that truck driver story from Colorado. Before we do, hit the like button, the subscribe, and the bell so you'll be notified when I upload again. You can also follow me on Twitter at JManFromKC. Now, I'm going to give you the facts of the case. I'm going to give you what the governor did just yesterday on the 30th of December. After that, I will give you my unapologetic opinion. So stay tuned for that at the end of this. So, let's start with the facts of the case. In April of 2019, Rogel Aguilera-Mederos was 23 at the time, driving a semi-truck down the I-70 mountain pass just west of Denver, heading into Denver. When his brakes failed, he was going 85 miles per hour when he struck a lot of cars that were backed up from an accident 5 miles further down the interstate. It ended up taking the lives of 4, injuring 28. He was hit with 41. He was indicted on 41 counts. And then in October of this year, he was found guilty of 27 of those counts. When the judge passed sentence, he was given 110 years because in Colorado, the sentences or the convictions of violent crimes cannot be served congruently. They have to be served consecutively. So it all added up over the years to 110 years. There was a petition out on change.org, which received nearly 5 million signatures to have the sentence reduced. But the governor of Colorado, Mr. Jared Polis, took it upon himself to do this, even though they were scheduling a hearing in January, mid to late January, to have the possible look at having the sentence reduced. The governor took it upon himself to grant clemency and reduce Rogel Aguilera-Mederos' sentence from 110 years down to just 10 years, with the possibility of parole December 30th, 2026. Now, my unapologetic opinion. I told you my opinion earlier about how I believed the sentence should not be reduced. This was a 100% avoidable accident. Now, let me clarify what I mean by that. First off, I've driven that mountain pass. The truck speed limit is 45 miles per hour. But you go at a slower speed than that when you are fully weighted. So your weight can generate your speed. He was loaded down with at least 40,000 pounds of lumber, making him in upwards of 70,000 tons, or 70,000 pounds, pardon me, of weight, with the tractor, the trailer, and the load. Going down a 7% grade, you're going to pick up speed at an irate amount, very fast. So wearing the weight that he should have been, or the weight he should have been doing about 25 down the mountain. With the Jake brake fully on, and then only braking until once he got up to 45, then braking it back down to 25 until he was safely down the mountain pass. If he had done that, there wouldn't have been an accident. He safely would have been able to stop. Now, chances are he was not taught how to drive mountain. He was young. He was 23 years old. He wasn't even from America initially. He came from Cuba. I don't know if he was an American citizen or if he was just here on a visa. That part I don't know, and I don't care. He was young. It's also been said that he couldn't read American signs. That means he didn't even notice the sign that said truck runaway ramp. When your brakes are gone, you take the truck runaway ramp and nobody gets hurt. Not even him. Now, let me go back to this letter that the governor wrote to Mr. Aguilera-Mederos. He said that he was granting his application of commutation while saying the governor's decision was based solely on the circumstances of his case. I find that hard to believe that it wasn't from the court of public opinion, but whatever. The governor said that he was sentenced to 110 years in prison, effectively more than a life sentence, for a tragic but unintentional act. While you are not blameless for your sentence, it is disproportionate compared with the many other inmates who committed intentional, premeditated, or violent crimes. Now that is a fact. That is a fact. It wasn't a very disproportionate sentence. I get that, but that's the laws of Colorado. You got to change the laws. He did go on to say that the crimes that Aguilera-Mederos was convicted of are serious. 4 individuals lost their lives and others were seriously injured because of your bad decisions, that he said. You have wondered why your life was spared when others were taken. You will struggle with this burden of this event for the rest of your life, and you will serve your just sentence. Now, Mr. Polis, I disagree with this being a just sentence. If you were to say that this is vehicular manslaughter, which it is, by all accounts, this was 100% preventable, it is vehicular manslaughter. Doesn't that mean he should get 1 count for each life lost? That would be 4 counts. So let's just say that 1 count is worth 10 years. Then he should be looking at 40 years. At the minimum. Was 110 ridiculous? Maybe. You know, my question is his company going to see any blame for putting a driver out on the interstate who not only couldn't read American language signs, which would have prevented this, but also had no mountain training whatsoever, which would have also prevented this? Let's see in the future if his company takes some blame, takes some fines, maybe even gets sued. I mean, we are in the land of the free, home of the lawsuit. Just, you know. Anyway, that's my video this week. If you like it, leave a like. You disagree or you do agree, leave a comment down below. I will gladly a response to your comments. Hit the subscribe button and the bell so you can be notified when I upload again. You can follow me on Twitter at JManFromKC. Thanks again for watching, and have a good day.